This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk through this 2019 Flagstaff Superlight model 29 RKWS. Rear kitchen with a wardrobe slide. Okay, so back at the rear here, what have we got? We've got power stabilizer jacks. One switch operates both rear jacks, and then there's a switch in the front that operates both front jacks. Of course, you don't lift the trailer with them. You're just going to take the movement out of it. Okay, this is where you access your water pump and your filter housing. It does come with a water filter that you can put in the housing. So if you want to do that, you do that here. They have this panel here. And it's just it takes a number 2 square-headed screwdriver or a bit on your drill to back that off. All the screws on this trailer are number 2 square. Okay. Water heater on the outside. The switches are inside, except right here you can see this switch here, this rocker switch. This controls the electric heating element that's behind this cover here. So you got to remember that is there. Right now this trailer is in camping mode. There's no antifreeze in the system. The water heater is in camping mode and ready to go, so it's all set. But keep in mind, you always want to make sure you have water in the water heater tank before you turn that on, because if you don't, that's dry firing it and they'll have to replace your heating element. It just takes a minute or so to damage it, so always make sure that there's water in the water heater tank. Also, while we're here, like I said, the other switches are inside, but this is where you drain it right here. It takes 1 1/16" 6-point socket, and it has an anode rod attached to it also. Okay. Alrighty. So, this hole here, if you look all the way through, I don't think you can see it from with using the camera, but there's a shaft with a pin going through it. That means you can crank the slide room manually if you have to. Alright, just so you know, you can get yourself out of trouble cranking that slide room. So keep that in mind. Also, we have a refrigerator and a convection cooktop, probably? No? Oh yeah, it comes out the side here on this one. A convection cooktop. Okay? You have power awning with LED strip. You have outside speakers, power. Your steps fold into the trailer. You can adjust the length of the legs by pulling this pin out. There's one on each side, and you can adjust it accordingly. Adjust them accordingly. You hang your grill here. Okay, and you have to connect the LP line. That's down here. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see the tag hanging down right there. That's a LP quick connect fitting for the grill. Here we have power and out, a signal out for a TV, and there's a bracket there where you can hang a TV out here if you choose to. You have your dump hose. That's your grill over there. This small crank here is for the powered tongue jack. In case it was to fail, you can pull this plug out of here and crank it manually if you have to. Okay. All right. Let me see. So that's your hitches in here. Obviously, this is a utility table that hangs next to the grill. So we'll go over the hitch with you when you come to pick up your trailer. Okay, so you have a power tongue jack, of course, 2 30-pound LP tanks with an automatic changeover regulator, 2 deep cycle marine batteries wired to 12 volts, so the output is 12 volts, just double the storage capacity, and this red switch right here is a kill switch for the battery, so you can shut them off when you put it into storage if you need to. But just keep it from drawing down because of basically the phantom power. You know, if you shut all the lights out, even the carbon monoxide, but the carbon monoxide detector and LP gas detector, those will still draw from the battery. So this way you can just disconnect it. All right, you have a wardrobe slide here. That's called a Schwintek slide, just so you know. And then you have a regular Lippert slide. Okay, so black tank valve right there, and gray tank valve. So you have the black tank obviously is toilet water and waste. The gray is sink and shower water. You're going to hook your hose on there, and you dump the black tank first, because it's the dirtiest of water. It's toilet water and waste. Then you're going to dump the gray to wash out the hose a bit. This is just signal through, or cable and satellite through. Now, when it comes to the water, let me see what we got here. Okay, so we have them back here. So, this is a black tank flush right here, this middle one. So after you dump the black tank, you can hook your hose at the dump station right on here, turn it on, and it'll spray out the inside of your tank and flush it really well. Just make sure you leave the valve open. That's what it's telling you right here, leave the valve open. This is for drawing antifreeze into the system. You have something you have to educate yourself about if you do it yourself. And this is city water, the most common way to get water to the trailer right here. Just hook up to the city water and you're all set. Now if you go to a campground that doesn't have plumbing on the campsite, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank right here and use the onboard pump to pump the water. So even if you don't have city water, you can still use all the plumbing in the trailer. You got a 30-foot 50-amp power cord with reducers to reduce it down to 30 and then to 15/20. Okay. All right. You have a ladder, which is a great thing because manufacturers state that you should check out the roof and the seals on your roof every 90 days. So you can go up there, have somebody else go up there, just look around at the sealant, make sure there's no cracking or separation, make sure that there's no damage to the roofing material by low branches, that sort of thing. The vent covers, just give it a good look over, okay? And when you do see something, some year you will, just get it taken care of immediately. Also, this vent here is the range hood vent. Now there is a latch on here. You need to stand on something to get to it. I do anyway. But if you push up on those, there's one at each end, the baffle will flap freely, right? So if you're venting, if you're using the fan, you want it to flap freely, right? So it vents to the outside. All other times, you just keep it shut. Okay? All right, let's go inside. Sorry about my camera work. Okay. Alrighty, so let's see what we've got here. At my feet. Okay, so this is your control panel here. You have your lights. Okay. This is right here is the Wi-Fi Ranger. The Wi-Fi Ranger is a signal booster for public Wi-Fi. So if you look at the sticker here, the one that says network, it's the Sky4 7781. That is the name of your Wi-Fi Ranger. So when you look in you and your family's phones and tablets, you'll see this and you'll hook up to that. You'll put the password in so it automatically connects to that when it's available, right? To see what the Wi-Fi Ranger sees, you'll go to this. You'll put this address in a browser here, and it'll come up. This is your temporary password. Changed me now to 7781. It looks like. So you'll set your own password. Obviously, something that everybody can remember. The bottom line is it'll boost public Wi-Fi signal, so you get much better reception. And there is a second feature to this that involves a SIM card, and it would be a service that you would get from your cell phone provider. So you can always look into that if you're interested. Most people just use the free public Wi-Fi booster part of it. So these are the important numbers right here, okay? Alright, so then where am I here? So 2 slide outs, right? Then you got your power awning. Never leave the power awning out. Oops, I'm sorry. 2 slide outs. Power awning. Never leave the power awning out unattended. Always bring it in when you're not there. Turn your water pump on here. Your water heater on electric is right here. Remember I told you there's another electric switch out in the lower left-hand corner of the water heater, and then you could light it on gas here. And these are your tank heaters. So the tank heaters just basically extend your camping season. You can go out, stay out later in the fall and early winter, and you can go out earlier in the late winter, early summer. Okay. Batteries charged. Fresh white water has some water in it still. Black is empty. Gray 1 is empty. Gray 2 is empty. Gray 2 is the galley tank. So gray 2 would be for your sink over here in the kitchen, and the other gray is for your bathroom, and so is the black, of course. All right. Your thermostat is very simple. You go through a system to find out if you want gas or whatever you want. You go through the mode button. You can select the zones. This is zone 1 out here. Let me look in here just to see what's happening. And this is pre-wired for a second zone, for a second air conditioner. So that would fit right into your vent here. And then there's a sensor, wires to put a sensor here, so zone 2 can sense what the temperature is. Okay, so that's what that's about. All right. When it comes to your sound here, now there are I'm looking around to see them, but there are remotes for all this, for these 3 things here: the TV, the sound, and the fireplace. But basically, you can play discs here, CDs and DVDs. You can stream off this USB. This you can also stream using Bluetooth with your phone, with your tablets or phones. You can go into the system through this HDMI right here. That's an in. So if you use like a game machine to keep kids or grandkids busy on a rainy weekend, you could, or a Blu-ray player for that matter, you can go into the system with that way. It also has 3 zones. 1 is this zone, 2 is the bedroom, and 3 is outside. You can set zone 3 separately from 1 and 2, so you could set a different volume and a different source if you want to. So you can read up about that. And it has AM, FM radio with all the presets, the normal stuff. The fireplace, let me look around and see if I can find. Okay, here are your remotes here. All right. That's the fireplace remote. See if we're plugged in here. Yes. Okay. So you can see that you can change the appearance of the fire. You can set the temperature. I don't know if you can see that changing the way the lighting is. You can set the fan speed off, low, high. You can adjust the flame, and it has a timer on it, so you can set it to turn on whenever you want. So you can always if you wanted to, if you get up at the same time every morning, you could set it to turn on 20 minutes early, and it would take the chill out of the trailer. All right. Okay. Off to a slow Monday start here. I've got to pick up the pace. That's your antenna. It just spins. It doesn't rotate. Let me see what we have here. Yeah, you pull these cushions off, and this is the 3-panel hide-a-bed. You just grab it right there, fold it out, drop the legs, drop the back into place, and you got a 3-panel hide-a-bed. You got some recliners, of course. This device here is your power converter. So what it does, it converts AC to DC power. So it'll take 110 AC, convert it to 12 volt DC. So you got 110 AC on this side, regular household circuit breakers like you'd see at home, and they're all labeled. And then the power is converted to 12 volt DC here, 12 volt fuses, and they're all labeled. If they blow, they'll actually light up, and you can see them through this tinted plastic here. And also, when you're plugged in, this is a battery tender. It'll sense how much energy your battery has and send it what it needs. It'll send it, if it's low, it'll send 10 amps or whatever it needs. If it's topped off, it'll just trickle a couple amps to it. It's smart in that sense. All right. This is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. If it goes off, it should always be green like it is, but if it goes off, obviously you take everybody outside, shut off the gas at the front and figure out what's going on. And if it's not green, you want to get it serviced. Okay. The refrigerator is a gas absorption Dometic refrigerator, on and off. So that's on, obviously. Auto is what you're going to use almost always. Auto means electric, basically. It always seeks out electricity. If it can't find it, it'll automatically switch over to gas. If it's running out of electricity and you have a power outage, it'll automatically switch over to gas. So that's where you generally where you want to keep it. You can set it dedicated to gas going down the road like that if you want to. So also one other thing, this wire here with a cylinder on that is a thermistor. That's how you set the temperature. So you see the sticker here, the higher you go with it, the colder it is. So you pretty much want to get it up as far as it goes. And then if it starts to frost up or something like that, you can back it down. But during the summer, you're pretty much going to always have it up all the way, okay? Alright, microwave works like any other microwave. This is the range hood I told you about. Vents to the outside. Remember about the baffle. This is your... I don't know if he has the gas on right now, so let me see here. I don't think he does, but you're just going to go to light here, and then you push this to spark it. So he doesn't have the gas on at this point, but as you spark it, it'll light. Also, let me see down here. Let me see, make sure it does spark. Yeah, so this is the oven knob here. So you're going to put it to pilot and depress it. Then you're going to spark it to light it. After it lights, you hold this in for another 10 seconds or so, and then go to operating temperature. But when you shut it off, the pilot light goes off, and you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Okay. All right. So I think we've got everything covered. You want to always tie the center legs or the inner legs of the dinette chairs around the table pedestal. That way they won't bounce around and break something by accident. Okay. See what we have here. Okay. So this shower has a feature called a shower miser, right? So basically, what it is it's a recirculator. So the idea with a shower miser is that when you're heating up the water, you don't waste the water. It won't just keep pumping water down the drain, filling up your gray tank and wasting fresh water. It'll just run it around in a circle till it heats up. Once it heats up, you can just go to regular position. The thing is, when this turns blue, you'll know that it's heated up also. So it's just a circulating pump, and or circulating system, I should say, and it just saves you water and saves you storage. Okay. All the things I tell you about in your packet there is going to be literature. Also, you can go to manufacturer sites and look at their specific videos for their products too, if you really want to learn a lot about it. The shower miser is pretty basic stuff. You know, it's just a way to conserve water and to conserve storage in your tank. Now, as with these toilets here, the thing is, I'm sure if you own a trailer, you know this. That's the flush pedal. That's just residual water pressure, but the black tank is directly below, and you can't use it dry. So when you get to the campground, you're going to hook up your power and your water, and you're going to get your toilet chemical. You're going to come in here and you're going to step on the pedal and let about a gallon or so flow into the tank, and then dump your chemical in there, and then it's all ready to be used. The thing is, whenever you're starting off to using this toilet with a dry or empty black tank, you always add water and chemical. Otherwise, the smell will be well, it'll be serious, and also it can get clogged up too. So, all right. So this is usual stuff. You have storage under the bed, of course. Like I said, you can add a second air conditioner to this one. This is your emergency escape window. You're just going to push this all the way through, and then grab a hold of the red tab, pull the screen out, and then you could exit in an emergency. Okay. And there's another TV added here too. So keep in mind now, there is a. Let me go back to your other TV. This digital antenna has a signal booster. So here, let me pull this away here. Nice. Hold on one second. I got to move the camera here. Okay. So right here, you can see this is green. You can shut it on and off if you want, but just going like that. But when you're using the antenna, you want that on. You could shut it off other times if you want to, but if you're using the antenna, that light has to be green or you will not get a good picture. Okay? Alright, so I think I've pretty much covered it. Let me look around here to make sure I didn't finish any or forget anything. Okay. Yeah, so we're good. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. And please remember what I told you about inspecting your roof seals. That's very important. It's one of the most important things a trailer owner can do. So you want to make sure that somebody goes up that inspects it maybe in the spring, the middle of the summer, and then again in the fall. If you do that and keep after it, this trailer will be bone dry 20 years from now. It's just inspecting and doing maintenance on the seals is just part of owning a trailer, okay? Thank you very much.